Hi, I'm Brett, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to automatically detect a mioDAQ in LabVIEW. I'm going to do that using two property nodes, a system property node and a device property node. So let's jump into LabVIEW, and I'm going to right-click, go to my measurement palette, measurement IO, DAQmx, advanced, system setup, and this is where you can find the property nodes that I'm talking about. Now, the first one is a system property node, which is going to pull the features of my computer that I have here. And I want to know what devices do I have installed here. So I'm going to create an indicator and run it. And you can see I've got two devices on this machine. Device 1, which is this mioDAQ that I have sitting on the desktop, and a device called NI USB 6451. Now, if I were to pull up Max, you'll see that those device names are what I have in the devices interfaces section of my measurement and automation explorer. So there you see device 1, and then there's my simulated device, new NI USB 6451. Now, I know that because I have access to Max, and because I put this together. But one of the main reasons that you want to automatically pull the hardware on your machine might be to make your software more portable, so you can have it work with different types of devices, and maybe the user doesn't know anything about the device or what's installed. So how do we tell what dev 1 is if we don't know what it is? Well, that's where the device node comes in, and I'm going to index my device names, because remember there were two of them. I wire that device name into the DAQmx device property node. So now instead of the properties of my computer, I'm one level down and I'm getting properties of the hardware that's actually installed and called device 1. One important feature to look at, and I'll show this in an example in a second, is you can ask, hey, is this a simulated device or is it real? In this case, I know it's already real, so I could ignore that. What I want to show is that you can pull the product type. And this is nice because you can see exactly what hardware is installed regardless of what it's been named in the system. So when I run this, you can see the product type is called USB 6453, which is indeed the hardware that I have sitting here on the desk. Now, you might be asking, well, what, you indexed it to index 0 because you knew that. Well, what would you do if you didn't know that? Like, how do I actually make that program a little bit more portable? I've got some simple code that I wrote here that I will upload to our example site and put a link in down below. For this example, you can see I've got that system property node here, and then it's wired up to a for loop. So I actually go through every single device and I say, hey, are you simulated? Yes or no? And so that filters out all the ones that are simulated so I can actually see what hardware is installed. Now, for this example, what I wanted to do is I was creating some software that was going to support only hardware that can do continuous output for analog voltage. So there's a property node under the DAQmx device property node that I showed you called AO sample modes. And I wanted to pull, and I said, hey, device, are you real or not? Are you simulated? Okay, you're real. Next question, can you do hardware timed analog output? And so what this VI does is it starts with every device on the system, and then it outputs a list of compatible devices that have that AO feature on them. So that's how I wrote this code. And you can see that it's got that device 1, but it only has device 1 because it's filtered the simulated one out. So it's just a real handy way to make your software portable, and it's like a nice abstraction layer so you can use different types of hardware with it. And that's how you automatically detect mioDAQ and other DAQ devices on your computer in LabVIEW.